Hi, my name's Jim Chapman. I'm out in West Kansas this week on a prairie dog shoot on the Hatch Cattle Ranch, about 6 miles out of Syracuse on the border with Colorado. We've got a lot of open terrain, as you see, that's just full of prairie dogs. Populations are high, a lot of these little rodents running around. On this trip, I'm bringing out the new Crosman Marauder. It's a 25 caliber PCP rifle. For those of you who don't know, a pre-charged pneumatic or PCP is a rifle that's filled with an external air source. These guns allow a filling of air up to about 3,000 psi on this model that'll project a 25 caliber pellet at about 45 foot-pound of energy, and you get about 40 shots per fill. But some of the other gear that you'll see me using on this shoot include a good set of binoculars for glassing these animals. I also carry an external air source. We call that a buddy bottle. It's a small carbon fiber tank. It fills up to 4,500 psi and lets me fill the gun a few times. So I've got a couple hundred shots while I'm out in the field, which is, even for prairie dogs, more than enough for a day of shooting. Also, using a rangefinder, these shots can be anywhere from 50 out to, with an air gun, out to 150 yards. That's really stretching it. And with the trajectory of the pellet, you need to know where you're shooting. For pellets, I'm using the new 25 caliber pellet. They're a 27 grain pellet that are very uniformly made, very accurate out of this gun. I think you really get the most out of the Marauder using this pellet that was designed to go with it. And we've seen in some of our initial hunts already, they have a great terminal performance. They really put the dogs down. Marauder has been on the market for a couple of years in 177 and 22 calibers. But what I've really wanted to see in this gun, and finally have, is the larger 25 caliber. The reason I want to see the 25 caliber is that air guns, unlike firearms, kill by putting a hole through the vital organ of the quarry. And the bigger the hole, the more effective it is. And since you don't get much pellet expansion, even with hollow point pellets out of an air gun, the way to get a bigger hole is by throwing a bigger piece of lead downrange in the first place. The Marauder 25 is a little different than the smaller versions in that the rotary magazine is an 8-shot as opposed to a 10-shot that you get in the 177 and 22. This gun gives everything I want in a hunting gun. It's powerful, it's accurate, it's quiet, it's everything a hunting air gun should be. So with that, let's get out in the field, do some shooting. You can see how it works. Seventy yards. It's 25 even in the high winds. It takes a little bit of Kentucky windage. Reaching out to about 100, 120 yards, just trying to gauge both the distance. Not much wind, it's mostly just holdover. A little bit of a breeze. Yeah, that one is out there about 88, 89 yards, 89 yards. about 70 yards, shooting across a bit of a ravine. Hard hit. It's pretty amazing with these air guns. You hear the sound of the impact louder than the gun sometimes. See another one right over there. That sounded like contact. Yeah. He dropped right down. I tell you, these flat lands, it's hard to judge distance by the eye. That was 80 yards, just knocked him over. Pulled him. It was a hard shot, looks like it went all the way through. Not a good idea to pick these up once you shoot them. They're a vector for all types of diseases, primarily plague. I don't know if it's a problem this far out east, but California, we stay away from ground squirrels. So we've been out here for a few days with the Marauder 25 caliber shooting prairie dog. I can tell you this gun reaches out. Some of these shots have been out to 125, 130 yards. And the 25 carries in the wind. We've had some really windy conditions out here. It was hard, it took several shots to range, but it carries pretty well in the wind. We were able to get out, reach out for those shots, put the prairie dogs down. Anything in the 50, 75 yard range, this thing just hammers them down. We're using the Benjamin pellets, the 27 grain pellets that were designed to go along with the rifle. Everything worked flawlessly. We had the magazine feeding without problems, really a nice, robust design. The gun cycled, it shot flawlessly. The scope that we used on this, I didn't say anything about it earlier. They're center point scopes that are also provided by Crosman. The one I'm using here goes from 3 up to 12 times magnification. Has an AO adjustment to correct for parallax distortion at all ranges inside of airgun ranges. Coupled with the gun, the pellet, it was really a winning combination, and it worked very well for me out here.